GM. Trade of the day. So I talked yesterday about Avalanche and Solana. And it's really simple. I just think the same thing's happening here as what happened here and here. It's a 4-hour trend. We're in a rising trend. It's making higher highs. So it's going to make higher highs and higher lows. It's made another higher high. And it's going to make another higher low. So anything above basically 39 for AVAX. And anything above about 108 for Solana is bullish. And it can go down like that. It can spike back up, or it can just reverse from here. I don't know. I suspect it's going to chop around and look bad, but that's how price always looks in an uptrend, right? It looked really bad over here too. It looked terrible in these 3 candles, right? And it's going to look bad here. But one of the key things I look for in an uptrend is, first of all, are we in an uptrend? Yes. Do we have a target above? Yes. New highs around 130 for Solana. Also, are we holding a trend? Yeah. 4-hour trend's intact. Are we making higher highs and higher lows? Yes. And then, most importantly, are we selling off with impulse? No. Right? Topped out on Wednesday. Grind sideways. Quick impulse, but into the bands. Grind sideways. Reversal candle. Grinding down. This is slow. Right? This is not like there's an impulsive sell-off if you want to see a proper quick flush. And then if you want to see something that's more like a top, sell off, dip, sell off, dip, sell off, dip, right? It's moving much quicker. I wouldn't say that anything about this is concerning me. And the only thing, of course, which could take the market lower would be if Bitcoin sells off deeper. I don't think Bitcoin is going to. I think Bitcoin's going to keep finding support because of ETF flows, the expectation of flows today. And I think that's going to give good support to SOL and AVAX. And so where are we looking at here? Well, if you zoom out on SOL and you go to the line chart, this is the highest close yesterday Wednesday was the highest daily close that SOL's had since Christmas Day. So higher than everything here. So it's cleared out all that resistance on the close basis. If you take the wicks in, it's a bit noisy, and it touched the liquidity there and pulled back from it, which again is fine. It's going to grab liquidity. It's going to attempt to reverse. But I don't see how SOL goes to new lows before it takes that high. Because anyone shorting this in an uptrend, I would not be comfortable shorting SOL until I saw the highs get taken. Now, if the highs get taken and you see same kind of weakness, absolutely, send it lower. But for me, not yet. So I think SOL, and then to actually trade it, right? It's the same thing. I'm building a position, so I'm waiting for the setup to present. I'd like to see some strength on a low. So I'm basing it I'm basing the SOL trade on the 4-hour bands. What I would like to see is the 15-minute start to show strength again. So you see the bands have gone green here, red to green. I'd ideally like to see a sweep and then move back up. And then when the bands go green again, that's when I get long. That'll be when I'm looking at taking on the SOL long position. AVAX, exact same thing. They're fairly similar trades. They're just the two best trades I see from a narrative perspective, because they're quite retail friendly coins, and smart money will usually have an incentive to push them up. So AVAX, exact same thing. AVAX already did sweep out a low, so maybe it goes for a second one, but it swept out yesterday. So I started entering AVAX yesterday after this sweep. So I'm long on AVAX, but I want to add some. I'll put some on before I went to sleep. Maybe it sweeps down, and then we buy when the bands go green again, or maybe it just reverses, and I buy when it's back up here. Either way, I'm happy with the position at the moment. Obviously, invalidation's like way down here initially, a wide invalidation. But once I see that, I'll tighten it back up. So, and obviously, like I just said, Solana's invalidation's like down here, 108. So a wider invalidation to begin with. Let it sort itself out. Let it start to show some strength in the lower time frames. Then we'll size up. And if I'm right, if all going well, then we probably see some strength in the alts going into the weekend. If not, then maybe we go lower and we try again. But I think the risk reward is still decent for both Sol and AVAX to form higher lows here. So data-wise, both have positive funding, which you expect. That's what happens in a bull market. When you zoom out, right, the positive funding is not a sign of a top, as you can see. It's a sign that actual retail interest is coming back. So again, if there is actually going to be a rally here, then I'm not too concerned about the funding rate on either of them. We go OI weighted, right? It's risen for sure, but it's not at insane levels. And usually that's a sign, finally, after the market being pretty dead and flat, it's a sign finally of some risk coming back in. And so we'll see. We'll see if that continues. It might not, right? Again, I'm saying this is all under the assumption that there's more of an altcoin rally coming. Could just be totally wrong about the altcoin rally. If so, well, we'll take the losses, right?